It's time to go where summer leads you during the season of discovery at Team Mazda. Transcend ordinary in the Mazda CX-5 or experience the next level of luxury in the all-new Mazda CX-90. Come by today and discover Mazda at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
We're back.
We sure are.
Why are you creepy?
I know.
I mean, not just like today, but like just always. It's been a question.
It's inbred in me. It's in my nature.
God,
Yeah.
where did we?
Well, that's a visual.
What?
That's a visual. Yeah.
I just bit my tongue. That was so shocking.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Say welcome to 9 News Now.
So you already kind of gotten going on the National Mojito Day, apparently.
Well, I'm just trying to get kicked off the show, but that's not working.
That's so good.
You're getting there.
We'll get you a blueberry muffin on the way out.
Thank you, sir. Look at that.
But you know what? A good mojito. Look, man, we are on hour like 10 already of the day. So it is about mojito time for us. It is one of those that might be a nice little crisp drink on a hot as heck summer day down here.
Yeah, good day to have a cold beverage like that. And already getting pretty warm outside. We're going to deal with both the heat today and some storms, it looks like.
We're going to ever wake up below 80 degrees?
So we got all the way down to 79
All the way.
I felt the difference.
You did?
Yeah.
Between 80 and 79, I felt the difference.
Well,
Yeah, so we talked about in the morning show, the mornings at or above 80. The summer's been pretty unusual, and it is warm outside. You can see bright sunshine has started out. We are tracking a little bit of rain this morning as well. Start you out with our first alert radar network. The vast majority of us are dry, but let me get a look at where we had a little rain. Some showers have moved ashore this morning. A little shower south of Thibodaux. We've got some rain between Galliano and Grand Isle right now. Also, just in the last 20 or 30 minutes, starting to see some downpours developing near and north of Macomb in southwest Mississippi, but Metro Baton Rouge, we are dry right now. Live look from our Sky 9 camera in Port Allen over the capital city. Bright sunshine coming up over the state capitol, and as I said, with that, already very warm outside. I didn't mean to have that graphic there, but since I got it up, let me tell you about it real quick before I get back to our local weather. Tracking an area of disturbed weather out over the open Atlantic east of Bermuda. It is given a 50% chance of developing, but it's going to stay out over the open Atlantic, so nothing to worry about. All right, back here at home. Already up to 82 in Baton Rouge, anywhere from the mid-70s to low 80s. Gonzales 78, Homa checking in at 79. Very warm, very humid outside right now. I've got us into the low 90s by noon, and at lunchtime, rain chances only running about 20 to 30%. High around 95 today, and then we get scattered to numerous storms developing mid to late afternoon into the early evening. Let's give you a look at Futurecast, what it has to say with our rain chances. So at noon, it starts to show a few showers and storms around the area into the afternoon, 3 o'clock. This latest run, I think, running a little too dry. I think we'll have at least scattered showers and a few storms around. Big question mark is what heads our way potentially from the north later this afternoon into this evening. You can see it does fire some storms this evening between 5 and 7 o'clock as we get a disturbance dropping southward, and even hints at another one trying to move in late tonight. Tricky pattern as we track these disturbances up to our northwest. Again today, can't rule out an isolated strong storm, especially if you get anything moving in from the north. Overall, it's a relatively low threat, a 1 out of 5 marginal risk of severe weather. If we got anything, damaging winds are the primary concern. And again today, some pockets of locally heavy rainfall possible. Also a 1 out of 4 marginal risk of flooding, but not expecting anything widespread. So back to that idea, stuff moving in from the northwest. Here's the big question mark for later today and tonight. You can see these storms from Oklahoma into North Texas this morning. Will that make it down to us by late today and this evening and fire some additional storms? Regardless of whether that feature survives all the way down here late today, I think ahead of it, just as we get daytime heating this afternoon, plenty of moisture in place, we'll get at least some scattered storms this afternoon. So today, another day of rain chances a little bit above normal. Tomorrow, though, those chances down to 40%, and by Thursday, right on through Saturday, rain chances 20% or less. So here comes the heat again, upper 90s. Heat index becomes a bigger issue late this week on into the weekend. Sunday into early next week, rain chances rebound slightly up to 30%, but still plenty hot with mid to upper 90s. Let's get a check on traffic now. Here's Johnny A.
You've been spot on with at least the temperatures. Okay, let's. It's I-12. I-12 near O'Neill Lane starts to get a little slow as you get past O'Neill on right on toward.
You want to hit him with a chair?
Right on toward Millerville,
Yes.
and then past Millerville.
He said yes.
Looks all right. Having some overnight road work in different areas, and new this week, lane closures in the overnight hours on 110. This past evening, it was 110 northbound around 22nd Street. That left lane was closed, but they had it open for our morning rush hour. So far, so good on some of the other locations. And they've been very good about not trying to block roads during the daytime hours, but that will be coming little by little as the widening project ramps up. All right, let's give you a little capsule of what we went over this morning in case you were too busy to really pay close attention. We give you a little headlines on what we were covering, what we're watching for our future newscasts. Matt and Liz, back to you.
Johnny, thanks. So let's start with some international headlines that a lot of people are keeping their eyes on. An international gathering of the world's leaders.
Yeah, NATO Summit, Lithuania, right? And so that's where President Joe Biden is today. Again, one of the many world leaders. NATO has currently 31 member countries. And there's a couple more that over the last year or so plus who've been petitioning for membership. And actually one is going to be voted on today. They believe it's going to be getting in Sweden, right?
Yeah.
Turkey now unblocking their blockage of that potential. But the one that people are wanting to have a lot of conversations about, Ukraine.
The issue with Ukraine getting NATO membership is that when somebody declares attack on one NATO member country, you're declaring war on all of them.
Right, that's how it
so
works.
obviously with Ukraine still being in its war with Russia, what happens? Well, that would mean if Ukraine enters as a NATO member before their war is up or before they declare, you know, an end to this, right? Well, then it would be war on all of the NATO members. And that's not something right now that Biden says that they're pushing for. So what is going to be the outcome here? Well, Vladimir Zelensky and President Biden are expected to meet here at the gathering. They're expected to hold a joint news conference soon.
Yeah, we'll follow that for you. Of course, again, big headlines from around the world. This big headline as well. East Feliciana Parish, human remains found actually just this past June 30th. So found on the 30th, positively identified now.
Yeah, we're told it's of a Baton Rouge man. This human remains found is 30-year-old Devin Page. And so we've reached out to the coroner's office to find out the details surrounding this. How did Mr. Page end up in that situation, right? From Baton Rouge, found in the East Feliciana Parish area. So a lot of people at work here trying to figure out the circumstances of his death, how he ended up in this. We've reached out to the coroner's office, and we're still waiting for details about this active investigation.
Right, so that's going on now, but it did take, you know, it was one of the great assets that maybe a lot of folks don't know about in our little part of the world here is the FACES lab over at LSU, and through dental records they were able to identify who this person was. But as far as what happened, as Liz said, still digging into that. I want to dig into this. I'm looking to see how good and how accurate, how up to date this new tool is going to be. Commons.
They hosted kind of a gathering to walk you through how this new technology works. But the goal is to have everyone kind of buy into this to report data to help investigators kind of solve crime in real time.
And this is going to be through the legal system, where somebody who has been arrested, where their case is, charges, where they are in the system, what point they are. And again, this is to kind of give you and I, general public, a little bit of the same kind of access that maybe like a district attorney's office would have. Looking inside the judicial system to see where folks are in it. Again, this is just beginning, expected to roll out in the fall.
We'll see how helpful it could be.
Speaking of the district attorney, whenever you talk about this little man right here, it began Devin Page Jr., it makes headlines. Interesting conversations going on right now.
Yeah, the DA is blaming an ankle monitoring company of 17-year-old Johnny Brown. So a weapon that was associated with Johnny Brown, associated with the killing of Devin Page Jr., but DA exactly not sure if Johnny Brown is the one who fired the shots of that weapon, but he was kind of unaccounted for the night Devin Page Jr. was killed. So there's still a lot of questions here. The ankle monitoring company says every time the Johnny Brown was not where he was supposed to be, he let the courts know. But the night of that killing, those records are unaccounted for.
Yeah, they can't find them. And DA Hiller Moore says may never be able to find them. So we'll keep you in the know as this continues to push forward. But yeah, some questions still to be answered. Speaking of needing answers to some questions, these young faces right here, allegedly kidnapped by their own parents in Colorado, could be here in Louisiana.
We've shown you these 4 faces.
Yes.
We've also shown you the parents, the mom and dad accused of allegedly abducting those children from Colorado, expected to be in the Louisiana area. They're looking for a gold Honda Pilot.
Yes.
They're not giving a license plate because they believe those license plates have been stolen, changed out, and swapped. So they do have a VIN number in the story.
Right.
I know that's hard to tell just by looking at a vehicle,
Yeah,
but if you happen to see one around and you see something suspicious and something doesn't seem right, call 911. They're going to get your call over to the Colorado Sheriff's Office that's investigating this and hopefully get those kids safe. That's what it's all about.
I want to tell you a little something about this. There is a big event coming up providing snacks, health checks, that kind of thing, immunizations. Now, it's not today,
Yes.
but we wanted to make sure it was on your radar.
The Boys and Girls Club hosting this event for you. They're going to have snacks. They're going to have vaccines. This is a community outreach event happening at the Living Faith Christian Center on Winborn Avenue. So keep it on your radar. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. to noon, they're going to be hosting kind of a health fair of sorts for all the kids and families in our area.
That's going on again tomorrow. This is wrapping up today.
How about it?
Major League Baseball draft. Round 2 was yesterday. Only round 2, day 2, rounds 3 through 10.
Yeah.
Only 2 Tigers taken. Here's one of them,
Trey Morgan and Gavin Dugas.
That's right.
Gavin Dugas going to the Nationals where Dylan Cruz
That's right, exactly
was
right.
recruited. So will we get to see them together?
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. But we still got day 3 today. It's rounds 11 through 20, and a whole bunch of Tigers still on the board. Guys, you know, I don't know. Everybody here follows baseball. I was kind of surprised that it was just the 2 taken yesterday over the course of rounds 8 or rounds 3 through 10. We'll see today, though.
Yeah, and then you're tracking some of the incoming prospects
You
too
sure are.
to see if they, you know, accept the
Yes.
MLB money or, you know, like Dylan Cruz.
Correct.
He could have gone straight to the MLB. Well, you know, could have
Right into the
gone.
minors,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But
Still reiterates his decision to go to LSU and reaffirms that.
yeah, he was. I saw one soundbite where it said best decision of his life.
love
yeah.
that.
And yeah, I mean, you end with all the hardware and a national title. How could it not be? I mean, that's
blame
just
that.
so good, so
Love
good.
it.
We'll see, but there's literally like a dozen Tigers on the board who could still go. We'll see what happens around 11 through 20. Yeah, it's a lot. So they get. I mean, it's fast. It is so quick. I was watching it MLB.com yesterday, and it was just. I mean, they were just nonstop.
Yeah,
So,
Jack Ducey's got you covered today. He's
Always.
been kind of
Oh.
everywhere covering all of these things, so we'll
lost
keep an eye on that. We're also got another check of your weather and sports, weather and traffic headlines in another 10 minutes on WAFB. Stay with us. We'll see you on Channel 9.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to do sports.
Smooth handling and smart interior styling. Just 2 reasons why the all-new Honda CR-V was once again named a Car and Driver's 10 best trucks and SUV list. Come see your new CR-V today at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Seagan Lane.